The holidays are here. Today we're going to learn how to decorate and maximize our holiday cheer. I'm Dawn Pompelli, editor and owner of the Scout Guide Huntsville, and this is Scouted. I'm here today with my friend Ron Cooper from In Bloom. Ron and I are at a beautiful home in Twickenham, and he is going to share with us some special tips and tricks for decorating for the holidays. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. And I guess the first thing I need to say is people always say, well, Ron said, well, Ron said. These are just tips to encourage you, to motivate you, but do it your way, decorate your way. There is no wrong or right way to decorate for Christmas. It just has to be something that's comfortable with you and you get the end result that you want. So we'll just give you some of our tips today.
Great, I'm so glad, because decorating the Christmas tree in my house is a pretty daunting thing. Over the years, you get lots of ornaments, and then how do you display them all properly? You tell me, you have some tips.
The first tip is lighting the tree. I always recommend people to make the tree a 3-day process. The first day, put your tree up and fluff it, and fluff all the branches and get it looking good. Second day, light your tree. Third day, decorate your tree. That way, when you go into the decorating process, you're rested and you're excited. Put on some Christmas music. So some of our tips is think of inner sparkle, and this is a Christopher Radko technique. You bury your largest ornaments deep into the tree, your medium ornaments middle, and then your smaller ornaments out on the tips of the tree. And that kind of gives you a lot of depth and a lot of inner sparkle. The mantle, I always just tell people to try to kind of coordinate, especially if you do bow material, try to make sure everything, it doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, it just has to work with the tree. So what we tried to do is to create a very naturalized look here, make it look like it should be in the same room with the tree.
Okay, Ron, I have a narrow mantle at home, and you tell me this is a narrow mantle as well. It doesn't look like it at all. How did you make it look so full and lush?
You usually have accessories and Christmas ornamentation you want to put on there, so it's very important to use a very skinny garland and then pick in pieces to add to the bulk of it. Another trick is to cut a piece of wood a little larger than your mantle, probably no more than 3 to 4 inches, wider than your mantle. Set your heavy objects in the back and kind of cheat. You can paint it your trim color, and you have so much stuff on there, most people won't even recognize it. So you can't extend your mantle with a little piece of wood. But don't be afraid of skinny mantles. They can still look lush. You just got to work a little harder on them.
This tree looks incredible. It is a bling to the max, and I love it.
I always like to quote Iris Apfel, and her quote is, "More is more and less is a bore." This is one of those trees, but there's a lot of tricks to the eye here. There's not as much ornamentation on it as you think. We've used these picks of kind of retro tinsel garland in there to give a lot of sparkle. We've buried a lot of sparkle in the tree, so it reads a lot more lush than it really is.
Let's take a look at the mantle in here too.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, everybody wants fresh greenery. This would be such a fire hazard if it was not faux greenery. But there are a lot of tricks and techniques that you can use to create a very lush, natural look, and it's all about texturizing your greenery. What we've done is we've used a cheap base garland, and then we've added a lot of different textural picks to it to give it that natural look. And the trick is, when you see a greenery piece that you like that looks natural to your eye, buy it.
Ron, this tree speaks to me. This looks like my Christmas tree.
Well, we call it a family tree because it's just a collection of family ornaments that the family collects. It probably looks like a lot of people's tree. And this one is extra special because we are friends of the family, and I want you to zoom in on this little ornament. And this was the grandmother's ornament growing up, so very, very special, as was this little clock, was the grandmother's clock. So these are very sentimental trees, and if couples are just starting, they may not have the money to buy a lot of fancy ornaments, so just start with very simple handmade ornaments, collect them every year, and before you know it, you'll have a family tree.
A whole tree. Yeah. So for more tips and tricks on holiday decorating or just how to live well locally, visit our website at TSG Huntsville.